Welcome back to Let Us Learn to Lead video series on free open source software designed by M. Srinivasan, Training Associate Mathematics, Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, Zonal Institute of Education and Training, Mumbai. Self-learning contents in video form on GeoGebra dynamic mathematics software is presented at this video series. To view the contents, you may join Google Classroom by using the class code 73AUMBO. In this video, you will learn designing a worksheet, visualizing the types of ellipses. For preparing this video lecture, I used Windows 10 operating system, a licensed version, GeoGebra 5.0, a free open source software, and free open source screen recorder software. Let us start. Let me show you what type of worksheet we will be designing. I will design a worksheet for type 1 and type 2 separately. I will tell them what is an ellipse. The fixed point is called foci and the fixed line is called directrix. Then I will show them the first type, that is a square is greater than b square, center at the origin, and the foci will be on x-axis, and this is the general equation. By moving this a and b, I will get different equations. For beginning, I am having a equation x square by 25 plus y square by 9 is equal to 1. And a child can visualize what are the vertices, what is C, and what is the value of C, and they can find what is the foci and what is the eccentricity. The eccentricity for ellipse is always less than 1, and major axis length, minor axis length, and length of the lattice rectum, and also the directrix, both. Now here you need to be very careful. Here we want A greater than B. For A should be moved to tell them. You should not make this A less than B. If you have moved it to 4, for example, now you have to move like this. Okay. Only fix B and then start moving A such that A is always greater than B. Now here we have very clearly written this surd form also. Okay, there is one provision is there in GeoGebra for the surd form. Similarly, I think here if you change that B, if you make B as greater than that, for example, if you make it, then automatically you will get something different. You see question mark is coming. However, you should be a little bit careful. Therefore, better to use a separate sheet for type 1 to explain totally and type 2 totally. For example, I will show you the type 2 one. This is actually type 2. Once again, we can have it. Very simple. Making the equation is not a very big job. You can do it. Okay. Here also A should be moved such that it is greater than B. Then only you will get the type 2. Same thing. It is x square by b square plus y square by a square is equal to 1. Now the child can understand both of them and he can come and visualize it totally. Not only the equation, not only the components of that ellipse, but also the graph of that ellipse also. Normally we will try to draw that ellipse very roughly in the blackboard. Okay, let us try to design this dynamic worksheet from scratch. For that I have taken GeoGebra Classic 5 worksheet where I am keeping this graphic view also because I need x-axis, y-axis. If you don't want this grid, you can remove this grid also because you need only the values of x and y. Let us keep that algebra view as it is. Let us go now. I will try to tell you that how you have to do for both type 1 and type 2 separately. Is it okay? Ellipse. You can explain that what is an ellipse. I think the child can understand. I think already we have discussed in one of our video that how to check whether the ellipse to show it as a locus. Already we have discussed in our one of the videos. Now let us go for type 1. Okay, now the child will ask what is the fixed point. There are two fixed points. The fixed points are called foci and the fixed line is called the directrix. Now you can start explaining to the children what is type 1. In type 1, these are the things will happen. A square is greater than b square. The center is at the origin and foci on the x-axis, major axis along x-axis. Let us go for a slider 1. Now we will have it from 1 to, you can have up to 15 or up to 10 with increment 1. Let us go for one more slider B from 1 again to 10, increment 1. Okay, I'm having 2 sliders now. By moving these sliders, I am going to get the parabola over here. Sorry, ellipse over here. Ellipse over here. Always remember, whenever you are moving, you have to keep it in mind that I want this A should be always greater than B. Now let us try to give its general equation also. This is the general equation. I have typed the general equation by making use of latex formula. I think all of you know how to type it also. In the latex formula, you are having the option of x square by a square plus y square by b square is equal to 1. Instead of using slash, you can make use of it. Okay, now the child is ready with that now. Now let us go for a equation now. Now go to this input box. Now you can type x square by a square, x from this alpha square divided by a square. Always use small letters, a square plus then y square for here, y square divided by b square, for b square is equal to 1. Okay, you got it. Okay, now let us try to tell one after the other to the children. Therefore, you can go for the text, the ellipses. Okay, now you see here better to use the latex formula. Okay, now before we go for that, let us try to type what is a square. I think we need it always. So simply type a square and then press enter. Okay, automatically take it as c. You have to remember that what is a square. B square. Okay, enter. It is a d. You remember that c is a square and d is b square. So go to this ABC. Now you can type the ellipse now. You can go to the latex formula. You can have a space. The equation of ellipse. Okay, the equation, there is a space of, there is a space, then full colon. You can go for this latex formula here. Okay, very simple. You see, you can make it little bit big so that you will get space to see it. Therefore, it is x from the symbol, go for the square divided by, what is a square? A square is c, therefore c. Okay, plus, again go to the latex formula. Here it is fraction a by b for y square, therefore y square divided by d is equal to 1. Finish. Okay, you got the equation of the ellipse here. Okay, now when I move this, you see, when I move this, automatically it changes 36 and so on, it changes. Okay, remember always when I do this also it changes. Is it okay? Okay, now we have to go for telling the children that what is the value of a. Therefore go for this text, because a and b are very important. For a is equal to, from the object it is a, and b is equal to, from the object it is b. Okay, now the child should know what is a and b. Okay, now let us try to do it very quickly now. First let us start with vertices. Okay, before we okay, I think we can start with vertices. Before we go for the vertices, I think you know that what are the vertices. First you can have it as a comma 0. That point is being put there, capital A. Then 0 comma a. That also you can have. 0 comma sorry, I think it should be, I think I did a mistake. Minus a comma 0. Okay, now these are the two vertices. You see, these are the two vertices. Therefore now you can declare it to the children that the vertices are vertices. Within the bracket, I think from the symbol you can have this plus or minus. I think no need to type once again a comma 0, which is equal to, okay, I think you can have full colon. What are the 2 points now? Capital A and capital B. Okay, now vertices you got. Now when you move this, you see vertices also changes. 7 comma 0 minus 5 comma 0, it changes. Okay, now we have to find the value of C. Therefore you have to find the value of c. I think let us first calculate it here. Over here, square root of, it is square root of sqrt, square root of a square minus b square. Therefore, what is a square? It is c. What is b square? D. Therefore, square root of c minus d. You see, it is coming as 5.2. Suppose if you have this as 5 and this as 3, it is 4. Actually, all of you know that 25 square minus 9 square is equal to root 16. Therefore, you remember this is E. Or go to this ABC. Now you can explain to the children what is the value of C. C is equal to, from the latex formula, you go for this square root. Inside the square root, you type a square minus inside the square root, once again you type b square is equal to, once again latex formula, the square root of, inside, I think you know that what is a square minus b square, it is c, okay, minus then d. Actually it has to change, all of you know that, is equal to, now its value is e, therefore its value is e. Okay, now the child has got e. Okay, now we want the foci now. For that, let us type c comma 0. Okay, I think oh sorry, I think it should be e comma 0, sorry. Okay, e comma 0, you got it, first point. The second point is minus e comma 0, because e is there taken over here. Okay, these two are the foci. Therefore, now let us type to the foci now. Therefore, the foci are plus or minus, again plus or minus, c comma 0. Okay, again full colon within the bracket. Okay, no need to write it. I think these points already you got it, D and E. From the object D and the E. Okay. Now some of you may be asking me, sir, sometime I may get square root. Sometime, I don't know, for example, if I just change it, you see, I am getting it as some 5.2, some square root. Normally in the class, the children will be taught that square root and all. Therefore, for that also, there is one option given in GeoGebra, that is called surd, S-U-R-D, surd text of the number. Which number you want? E. Okay, percent. You see, 3 root 3 you got, put it over here. Okay, now from the ABC, you type C is equal to, okay, you press equal, then put it over here. Okay, that's all finished. Now you see the child can understand that C is now 3 root 3. For he can write it as 3 root 3 comma 0 and minus 3 root 3 comma 0. You see, suppose when I am doing any changes, you see when I come back to 5, you see it is becoming 4. When I make it 6, make it 7, make it 8. You see accordingly it changes. For now in the class, sometimes you might have taught them, suppose if it is square root of 36 minus 9, it should be written as 3 root 3. Then everybody know that what is it. Root 27 can be written as 3 root 3. But actually the GeoGebra gives the value of it also. Okay, I think this foci you got it. Now the remaining thing is you should find what is 2a. Okay, now you remember that what is 2a, it's coming over here. Then 2b. These are all to be calculated by GeoGebra. They are all f and g. Now come on, let us go to this text now. The length of major axis is equal to 2a is equal to 2 multiplied by, I think you can use it elaborately, or 2 multiplied by small a is equal to, and here it is f. In this case it is f. Therefore you type f here. Okay, then you got the length of the major axis. Now let us go for the next text. Length of minor axis is equal to 2b is equal to 2 multiplied by, from the object you go for b is equal to, from this object it is g. Is it not? It is g. Okay. Now you got length of the major and length of the minor axis. You go put it. Okay. Now you know that what is the formula for lateral sectum? It is 2b square. Okay. What is b square? It is d divided by a. Therefore 2b square by a. Therefore 2 in this case, actually in this case it is 3. Therefore here it is d is there. Look, see here d is there. For I have put directly 2d by a. Let us see what the number comes. It is h is equal to 3 something. Okay. Now I think you know that when you just put like this, then it will come like that. Okay, therefore 2b square by a. Therefore this is 2b square by a. Okay, now I think if you are want it, then 2b square by a also you can type. For example, you see I'm deleting it. For you can type like this also, 2b, same thing it will come, okay, divided by a. See, you got the same thing. Okay, no issues. Therefore now let us go for this lattice rectum. Length of lattice rectum is equal to, from the latex formula, I think better to use the latex formula, space, then lattice rectum. Okay, from the latex formula it is 2 times b square divided by a. Okay, is equal to, what is the value here from the object? I think it is h. Okay, finish. Okay, now you can go for eccentricity. You can go for it. Eccentricity is equal to I think the formula for eccentricity is E is equal to C by A. Therefore C divided by A, which is equal to, what is C by A in this case? Okay, now C is nothing but E. Okay, I think we can go for latex formula once again. Okay, here you put E divided by A. It is small. Okay, now you know that it is always less than 1. Eccentricity also I think you can put it over here. Okay, now these are the things which you can go on, tell the children: length of the major axis, length of the lattice rectum, then eccentricity, everything I think you can go on tell the children. There won't be any problem. Is it okay? Now I think you can go for its directrix also. You know that the first directrix is x is equal to a by e. Therefore x is equal to, you can directly type a by e. Therefore what is a? A is a only, but a by e, that eccentricity, I think you have to calculate it actually. If you want, you can calculate it. Okay, for example, I think it is c by a, therefore e upon a. Okay, now let us see what is it. It is 0.87. Therefore x is equal to, okay, a by e, therefore a by I. You got the first eccentricity, where x is equal to minus a by I, or you got the second eccentricity. Okay, anyway, I think these are the remaining things. All of you can know how to just manage it. Now you see, if I just move this, everything changes. Okay, everything changes. The child can visualize. But remember, whenever you are showing the children type 1, always keep in mind that a should be always greater than b. Okay, now very quickly, I think you can go for this navigation bar. You can go for this navigation bar and you can tell the children from step number 1, step number 2, step number 3 and so on. Is it okay? Okay, now how to convert it into type 2? Okay, that also I will tell you. Go for this save as. Okay, this is actually, I think this I have not saved it, but I will just save it. For example, I will save. Okay, I will save it. Okay, I will save this as type 1. Okay, I have saved it. Now again I save it as type 2. Type 1 is there already with me. Type 2. Here what you have to do, this is type 2. Here you have to change. I will 1 or 2 changes I will explain you. I think the remaining thing you can do. Remember this type 1 and type 2, better to show them in a separate sheets. That is always better. Same thing, a square is greater than b square. Center at the origin. Foci is on where? Foci will be on y axis. Okay, foci will be on y axis. Okay, and the changes I am just telling you. Major axis will be along y axis. Okay, these are the changes which are to be done. Okay, now I think general equation also changes. It will be x square by, I think I will expand it. Okay, it will be x square by b square. Therefore, it will be b square by y square by a square. You see the changes. What are the changes required? You can do. No need to do the sheet again and again. Okay, everything changes now. Go to this equation, the ellipse equation. Go to the object properties. Here it is actually x square by a square. Therefore, what you have to do is you have to go on changing it. You have to change it totally. You see, this is actually x square by a square by y square by b square is equal to 1. You have to change it. For how to change it now? Go to its basic. Okay, in that you type b square, and here you type a square, and then okay, you see, automatically it changed. Everything has changed. Now you know that a is equal to 7. There is no change in that. Again, in the vertices you have to change. You see, the vertices will not be like that. The vertices will be 0 comma plus or minus a, 0 comma plus or minus a. You know it actually how the changes are to be made. I am not telling you that everything what it should be done. Okay, now another thing what you have to do is very clearly that here the vertices changes. Therefore, you have to go for the new vertices now, because the new vertices will be 0 comma a. Okay, I am just telling only one. You see, you got it. Then 0 comma minus a. Okay, you got it. Okay, I think you got E and G. Okay, like that, E and F. Over here, what you have to do? Once again, here the vertices you have to go. You have to go for this object property. In the text, you should change. It should be not A and B. It should be, 1 minute, I will just cancel everything, and I will put it over here, E and F. F and E are, I think, okay. E, I think E is coming like this. I think it is not E. Cancel. G and F and G. Okay, G and F. Therefore, go for this object property, F, okay, and G. Okay, you see, I think I have shown vertices like that. Even this foci also to be changed. Major axis automatically you got. Lattice septum also you got. Eccentricity also you got. Only these are to be changed. What are to be changed? This directories to be changed. Okay, I will go for, I think, directories equation, object property. Here you type y is equal to. See, GeoGebra is just giving you a lot of things to be made. Automatically it is changed. Then what are the changes to be made? You have to be little bit careful. Y is equal to finish. I think you got everything most probably. The only thing is foci to be changed. Okay, that foci also I will do the changes. Okay, going to leave it. Okay, in the text I will go for 0 comma. Okay, okay, this D and E will not be there. Is it okay? Okay, I will just type okay. I will come back to it. Okay, now how to get the foci now? These foci are actually, this value is C. All of you know that this is E here. Therefore, it is on the y axis. Therefore, 0 comma E. You got it? Then 0 comma minus E. I got it. I think it is these 2 points. What is the first point? It is H, and the other point, I think. Okay, now you got this point and this point also. Okay. Okay, I think this is H and I. Therefore, you go for this object property. Then in the text, you go for object H. Okay, and go to the object properties and I. Okay. Now you see, these are the changes which you have to make so that a child will understand now. Okay, now here also be careful. A should be moved here and there so that you will get the points and all. Therefore, if you keep it as 5 comma 3, then everything you know that it will be 4 4 4 4 0 comma 4 3.6, everything you know. For highly interesting, remember this is actually a problem, a worksheet where you can explain to the children what is the difference between type 1 and type 2, and from step number 1 they can understand the vertices, they can understand the foci. Normally these types of ellipse problem will be, equation will be given, you will be asked to find that foci, vertices and all. There are another type of problem where vertices and foci or some ideas will be given, you have to find the equation. Therefore, the children will be having a lot of confusion about whether it is a type 1 or type 2. Therefore, if you make these 2 worksheets and explain to the children, it will be very nice to them. Thank you. Let us learn to lead.